Hey everybody, welcome back to Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff. Back at the beginning of the year, in fact on January 1st, I think, I released a video of my 2021 resolutions that I put out into the world in order to force myself to be accountable for what I wanted to accomplish this year out here in the shop and here on the channel. And it's now close enough to the end of the year that I'm not going to get any more done on that list. So let's take a look back at what I said I was going to accomplish versus what I did accomplish, and we'll try to go easy on me about what I didn't. I just rewatched that video and took notes on what I said I was going to do. So let's get into the list and we'll see how I did. This is the 2021 resolutions review, is what we'll call this, I guess. Come on, let's get into it. So I had divided my list into three categories. There were the shop resolutions, the project resolutions, and the channel resolutions. And so we'll start with the shop resolutions, and we'll start with minimize and mitigate the physical damage that I do to myself. So that included not getting close to cutting blades, like spinning sharp things, or non-spinning sharp things even. But it also included like fatigue mats for the floor so I could stop doing damage to my back. I wanted to get proper dust collection and mitigation figured out, which I didn't really do, but that's partially due to one of the later resolutions. And taking breaks from being out here and forcing myself to do stuff for my mental health capacity damage mitigation, we'll say. So how did I do on shop resolutions? Well, I did get fatigue mat, singular, over in front of the lathe where I stand for long periods of time. So that counts as part of this resolution. I did take a couple of breaks, not as many as I probably should have. But I did quit my job that was taking a toll on my mental health. So I'm going to count that as mental health damage mitigation. And the dust collection situation, like I said, I didn't end up getting a proper dust collector. But that's because in my future here, number 2 on the shop resolution list, in fact, was fix my electrical situation. And because that only happened like 2 weeks ago, I haven't had a chance yet to get a proper dust collector. So there's 2 shop resolutions there. Minimize and mitigate the damage I do and fix the electrical situation. I'm going to say 1.7 out of 2. No trips to the hospital. Very few Veritas Band-Aids were used, in fact. And the electrical situation did get figured out, and I did what was necessary for my mental health. So yeah, let's say 1.7 out of 2 on the shop resolution section. That's pretty good. I think that's a win. That's 1.7 out of 2. What is that in percent? I'm not a math guy. Somebody else can tell me what that percent is. It's pretty high. Let's go on to project resolutions. I had 3 project resolutions on the list. Turn a segmented bowl, do something involving poured epoxy, and make my first guitar. So I made my first guitar, and it was a huge slog, and I did it for like an international luthiery contest. There's a 4-part build series on it, which I will leave linked up in the corner if you're interested in checking it out. And it took like the first half of the year, basically. So that's a check mark. I did a poured epoxy project. I made 2 charcuterie boards, in fact, and a set of coasters. So that's a check mark. And just last week, I managed to turn my first segmented bowl. So that's 3 for 3. That's 100%. I don't even need to be able to do math to figure out that that's 100%. So project resolutions, check, check, check. Boom. Happy with that. Channel resolutions is the last category. And I don't remember. I don't remember. Let's dig into that. The channel resolutions list reads as follows. Find a good balance of content between projects and talkies and types of videos that I put out. Continue doing my weekly live show and start selling merch on my Etsy store. Okay, so find a good balance of content between projects and talkies and whatever. I'm not sure that I can call that one a win. I did, I want to say, I haven't counted exactly, but maybe 20-ish projects. Maybe 10 or a dozen talkies. And part of that goal was also like lathe projects versus flat work projects versus like shop projects versus house projects and vice versa and et cetera, et cetera. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I think I'll give myself 0.7 again on that because it's relatively close to a good balance, I think. Maybe that's really not for me to decide. It's for the audience to decide. So let me know in the comments if you think I've found a good balance between projects and talkies and the different types of projects that I do. If you want to see more of one kind of stuff, let me know down below. Continue the live show. I did that. I did 48 live shows this week. Or this week. Did 48 live shows this week. Yeah, sure you did. I did 48 live shows this year. There's 52 weeks in a year, which means I missed 4. 2 of them were markets. One of them was wife's birthday. And one of them was Christmas Day. So I'd say that's a win. I did continue the live show. That's a check mark. Merch, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat to be able to win the merch check mark. Because I have put branded and hand-signed thank you business cards in my Etsy store. So if you're interested in getting your hands on a veneer business card with my hand-branded logo signed to you, go check that out. That's what I'm calling merch for now, because I didn't get coffee mugs and shirts and all that stuff made. So let's call that another 0.7, because technically it's merch that you can purchase to support the show, but it wasn't the intention of the resolution. So no, let's downgrade it. That's a 0.5. So 0.5, 0.7, and 1 is 2.2 out of 3. That's okay too. 2.2 out of 3, 3 out of 3, and 1.7 out of 3, out of 1.7 out of 2. That's 1.7 and 2.2 is 3.9, and then another 3 is 6.9 out of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What did I say? 6.7 out of 8. Whatever percent that is, that's how I did this year on my resolutions. And I think that's pretty good. That's got to be like A minus. Is that like, that's like 85%? That's pretty good. If I was still in university, 85% is really good. That's, and the list was pretty ambitious, I gotta say. Like, you know, in terms of years in the shop, this one was pretty good. Pretty good. Anyway, we'll do the next year's resolutions again on January 1st. Thanks for coming along with me on the ride this year. We're just about to hit 400,000 views on this channel throughout its lifetime. I'm still blown away by the fact that 45-ish hundred people have clicked that subscribe button. If you haven't, you should go down and do that. But thank you so much once again for joining me on this adventure. It is a lot of fun. I enjoy doing it, and I'm glad to have you along. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. See you next time. See you next year. 85-ish%. I'm pretty happy with that. Bye for now.